Yeah! Crazy Bill here. I'd like to complain about bragging rights last night. It was a horrible pay-per-view. Horrible. Horrible. I was gonna do this bit where I said bragging rights was awesome, and they go, eh. But it was horrible. It was slow and horrible. What were they thinking? The best match of the night was Daniel Bryan versus Dolph Ziggler, the IC champion versus the US champion. That was the best match of the night, and it was the opening match. And it just went downhill from there. There was that match was pretty good. There was lots of attempted label locks and lots of attempted sleeper holds and other submissions. There was Dolph. Dolph did really good. I was impressed. I didn't think he was going to do as good as he did, but I'm starting to like Dolph. Rock on, Dolph Ziggler. I'm a little tired of Daniel Bryan getting walloped during the entire match, and then all of a sudden coming back and getting the label locked in and winning. It's like every match. I'm getting a little tired of it. And his theme music, kill me. Kill me. I'm tired of hearing it already. Give him back the unknown rock band crap. The women's match. It actually wasn't too bad. I'm tired of Lay Cool being together because they always interfere with each other's matches, and they always have the title. I'm sick of it. It was Natalia's time to win. It was Natalia's time to have the Divas title. I'm sick and tired of Layla and Michelle McCool winning because the other one always gets involved. Sick and tired of it. Fed up. I want it no more. No more, Vince. Pow. No more, you bastard. I'm just tired of it. What else was there? There was. It wasn't an impressive pay-per-view. They had Ted DiBiase and Goldust. They put on last minute. I found out about the match at 5 o'clock at night, 3 hours before the pay-per-view. They added it. It was a decent match, but it was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. It was, it was a decent match. They told a good story in the ring, but it was unnecessary. It was a Raw match. It was a match that should have been on Raw. Had nothing to do with bragging rights. Ted DiBiase won, but Goldust still got to keep the title because of Oksana or Arkansas or whatever her name is. Goldust still has the $1 million title, even though Ted DiBiase won pretty fair and square. Not totally fair and square, but pretty fair and square. The Buried Alive match. What a cluster fuck that was. That was just a disastrous mess. I didn't expect it to be much. I expected it to be a brawl, which it was. It was in the ring maybe 20 seconds of the entire time. It was in the fans, and it was ringside, and then it was up by the grave, and then it was ringside again, and then the Nexus came out for no reason. Why did Nexus come out? What was the reasoning behind the Nexus, who was on Raw, come out during the SmackDown World Title match? There was it made no sense. There was no point to it. It just it was ridiculous. So after 15 minutes of after about 15 minutes of Undertaker beating up Kane, Nexus comes out and beats up Undertaker, only for Kane to hit Undertaker with his urn and throw him in the grave. So he throws him in the grave and then does his thing, and the bulldozer drops all the dirt on Undertaker, and Kane wins. But Nexus comes out and beats up the Undertaker. It makes no sense. I mean, let me sidebar here. Let me go on a side note that while part of me loves to analyze wrestling and watch it and analyze and try and figure out what they're doing and why they do things the way they do, the other part of me likes to ignore the storylines and just likes to watch the action, and just likes to watch the wrestling and watch things unfold, and just likes to get sucked into it just like a kid. But I couldn't do that last night because Nexus coming out ruined it all. It just ruined it all. And then they ruined. Then there was the tag team title match, which was completely impromptu, of Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes, who were doing awesome together, against David Otunga and John Cena of the Nexus, in which they were doing awesome together, Rhodes and McIntyre, against Otunga and Cena, which of course, Super Cena wins the match. So Nexus has tag team titles now, which is okay, I guess. A little ridiculous. I just wish the WWE would focus on the tag team division a little bit more than just throwing two stars together and saying, "Oh, you're a tag team now. Go wrestle together. You're a tag team. Make it look like you've been a tag team for the past 6 years. Make it look like you're the Smoking Guns. Go." And then the bragging rights match was on, and it was okay. You knew Team Raw was going to be screwed because they had the likes of Santino, Ezekiel Jackson, R-Truth. John Morrison is pretty good. The only thing they had going for them was Sheamus and The Miz. And that wasn't very impressive. Team SmackDown, on the other hand, is chock full of former world champions and main eventers. Edge, Big Show, Rey Mysterio, you know, they were stacked full of everything. And part of me was a little upset. My favorite part of the bragging rights match, real quick, was when Alberto Del Rio injured Rey Mysterio. It was great. It was classic. I had goosebumps because I was furious that Alberto Del Rio and Rey Mysterio were on the same team working together after Alberto Del Rio had all this heat with Rey Mysterio. I mean, how could they be so against each other and now all of a sudden be working together? It made me very, very mad. But then they had this storyline. Then they did what they did, and it thrilled me. It thrilled me. It made me realize that they knew what they were doing. But the bragging rights match was pretty good. It went back and forth. It really looked like Team Raw was going to have it, when it was 3-on-1. And then Rey Mysterio came back out after recuperating his arm. Team SmackDown wins for the second year in a row, which I think we all knew Team SmackDown was going to win. Although I changed my prediction to Team Raw because we all know Vince loves his flagship show of Raw. So I changed my prediction to Team Raw, which I freaking regret, but I did. So SmackDown won. Big Show and Sheamus got counted out. I was wondering how they were going to eliminate the Big Show. It was crappy. Big Show and Sheamus got counted out. And then comes probably the slowest, most unmethodical WWE Championship match I've ever seen in my life. It was worse than a Santino versus Zack Ryder match. It was horrible. It was a train wreck. I love Orton. I love Wade Barrett. I think the two are phenomenal. Wade is going to be an excellent world champion one day. Orton is phenomenal at what he does. He's fantastic. He's almost to the level of what Austin was. He's not quite there. Austin, Orton, everyone else. Cena's way down there. Austin, Orton, everyone else, Cena. Screw Cena. I hate Cena. And where was I? But the match was just slow. It was so slow. It was so slow. It was just very slow. They Orton, they went back and forth and back and forth. Orton had most of the match, but every time Cena had a chance to get involved, he didn't. And Wade Barrett would keep going outside of the ring to yell at Cena, and then Orton would get the upper hand again. It was just very, very slow. I didn't enjoy it very much. Although I love Orton and I love Wade Barrett, I hate Cena. Hate Cena. Oh. I hope Cena just goes full-fledged heel, so that way I can still hate him. I'll always hate Cena. Just like I hate most of Nexus. Did anyone realize last night that the Wade Barrett character on SmackDown vs. Raw 2011 looks like shit? Doesn't quite look like him. It looks horrible, actually. It looks like some creative character that I did, that I made, drunk. Horrible. Anyways, so I would probably give bragging rights 2 out of 5 stars. 2. 1, 2. Dos stars. Zwei. Zwei. Uno, dos. See, I can count to 2 in 3 different languages. 1, 2. Uno, dos. Zwei. That's 3 different languages. Why? Because I'm Crazy Bill, and I am crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah!